Okay, let's go.
Hey everybody, I just finished up a barbecue competition for my local fair, and I wanted to do a video. I had some pretty cool things we got to see there, and I want to kind of share a video, just some of the gear that I used and some of the things that I used for this competition. I'm by no means a professional barbecuer. I've done my fair share of cooking and grilling. I enjoy it just as much as everybody else. And so I want to show a few things I used for this competition. The grills, some of the pellets, the meat thermometer, some of the cool stuff that I saw there. Just kind of share a little bit of the experience with you guys, and maybe you find some new gear that you like for your next cookout. So I'm going to start off with the grill. So we took 2 grills with us for this competition. I did this with my brother. My sister helped out. My wife helped out. It was a big family affair to get this thing going. And one of the grills we took with us is this. This is the Yoder YS640. So we got 640 square inches of cooking space within this thing. And if you're unfamiliar with the Yoder, it's made right here in Yoder, Kansas. And it is a beast. This thing has got, it is by far the thickest material I've seen of the grills that I've tested. I've tested grills from Traeger, from Rectech, I've got Brisket, I've tested Masterbuilt, I've tested a lot of different grills, and by far Yoder is the most sturdiest, most well-built grill that I've ever seen. This thing is a tank. So we took this to cook with. It is a pellet grill. Now we got our hopper here. I ran 2 different styles of pellets. I ran just, these are, picked them up at Walmart, nothing special. These are Pit Boss competition. So it's a good blend, kind of even blend, works a lot of different proteins you're cooking. And then I got some charcoal pellets too to throw in, just to get a little twist and some flavor with some of the cooking smoke that we're going with on this thing. But on the Yoder, we cooked our steak. So the first night we did a steak competition, they provided the steaks for us, and everybody cooked the steak for the judges. So we cooked our Yoder, did our steak for us. We also used it to cook our ribs and chicken. And then the third protein we had to cook, well, 4th protein. We also had a brisket. And the brisket was actually provided to our competition team by Meat and Bone. They're an online, basically an online butcher shop that can cover all kinds of different protein needs that you have. I'll put the link down below, but they provided the brisket for this competition, and it was fantastic. Like, it was well done. The brisket had great marbling through it, not a ton of fat to cut off of it, good protein balance in it. So great option. Thank you to Meat and Bone for providing that. Outside of that, so the other grill we used, my brother brought his, he's got a Masterbuilt 800 series gravity fed charcoal grill. So use that, and that's what we used to cook our brisket on. So last year we cooked on, we cooked charcoal last year as well. We did our brisket on a Kamado grill, the Kamado Joe grills that we used last year. And this year we decided to go charcoal again, but with a different style of cooker this time. So those are the 2 grills we used, the pellets we used. We did use lump charcoal, and we threw in chunks of some mesquite wood in the charcoal to kind of help out some of the smoky flavor as well. For the meat probes, so we used a few different combinations. So on the Yoder, we pretty much stuck to the plug-in. So Yoder does provide 2 meat probes with the grill. The technology in the board is Fireboard. So that's what we use to connect with. Fireboard works great. It gives you tons of metrics. You can set up different cook times and things like that for the probes. It gives you a good graph of how well the grill is performing as far as temperature fluctuations. So I really like Fireboard for that. So with the Masterbuilt, we didn't have the meat probes that came with it, so we used Typhur. So if you've never heard of Typhur, this is the Typhur Gold Series. This thing is great. I've used meat probes from Temp Spike, Chef IQ, Meter, Typhur. Typhur has been my favorite one for a while now. Meter makes a great probe. I have some connectivity issues with that. It tends to want to fall off and I lose connectivity. If I'm within range, Bluetooth, it does fine, but anything outside of that, when it gets to Wi-Fi, I tend to have issues with it. Typhur has been rock solid. It's got a great system. The app is great. Probes slide in the top, keeps it all charged up. Easy to read display on this. It's nice and big. Everything on it is clear to see. The app does a good job of letting you kind of select your temperatures that you want and monitor that across different cooks. It does have suggestions if you're not sure what direction to go with. So I highly recommend Typhur. It's a great meat probe set I've used there. We also had our camp set up, so around our cooking area. So I hauled my camper. It's a cargo trailer, 21-foot cargo trailer. We converted to a camper. So we hauled that with us. So we had a kitchen. The area did have plug-ins, so that was really nice. We could kind of plug stuff up. But I didn't plug my camper up because I'm running the EcoFlow Power Kit inside of that thing. I've got a video coming up on that, but this is their off-grid system or camper or van system for batteries, and it's got a great distribution panel across it, a smart display to kind of monitor your input, output for as far as how much battery you have left, how much charge you're getting in from whether that is AC or through an alternator or through solar. And across the top of my camper, I do have a bunch of solar panels feeding into my system, so we didn't even worry about plugging up this time because we weren't going to need much power for this round, but took that with us. For the campsite, we had GCI. So if you're not familiar with GCI, I've featured them in some camping videos. I'll put a link for that video up here. But they make some of my absolute favorite camping chairs. If you've ever seen the chairs that sit down in kind of rocker style chairs, that's GCI. So we also use their table. So you got their GCI Slim Fold table. It's fantastic. Again, shown in that video for my camping trip. But on top of that, I've used their cooker, their Pro Cookout table as well. So it's similar to the Slim Fold, where it has got the slats, metal slats across the top for the table space or table surface. But it's a slim, it's a little bit narrower. It's just about 2 feet wide, maybe about 18 inches wide. It's got a nice stand that comes up. You can put your paper towels, hang a light on it. It's got some shelves underneath. It even has a flip up lid where you have a little basin to do washing in. We kept our spices in there just to kind of keep the space cleared off and have plenty of room. So that was fantastic for prepping on because it gave us lots of space. So that was kind of the tools that we had as far as for the cooking, for the grill, the materials. It was a really great cookout. I'm gonna drop some video in here so you can kind of see the different meats and how they turned out. Like I said, we did a St. Louis style rib that turned out nice. We did 3 different racks with a couple different seasoning profiles across the 2 of those. We also did chicken thighs. We had to do a bone-in chicken. We turned them into nice, cute little meat pillows. We scraped the back side of the skin, scraped all the fat off of it, put it back on, wrapped it up nice and tight with some seasoning underneath, and we did a butter slurry with melted some butter down inside the smoker, put a bunch of different seasonings inside of that, and brushed that across it a couple of different times. It turned out delicious. That was our best showing across the categories, was our chicken. We did really well with the chicken. Brisket turned out nice. It was really good. It was very flavorful. Could have got a better smoke ring on it. It did get a little dry. We had an issue with some of the temperatures and timing of some of the things. We've been wrapping it. We had a weird stall point at a couple of times, and I think we just dried it out a little bit much. Next time we'll maybe cook at a lower temperature and have a different process and different plan of attack for taking care of the brisket. While it didn't score great, the judges didn't work for competition-wise. It was delicious. It had plenty of moisture in it. Maybe a little drier than we'd like it to have been for the competition-wise, but it's been delicious. We've been eating some sandwiches. I've had some brisket nachos. It's been great. So everything turned out wonderful. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, I'll drop some video in this. I got some drone footage from the Veeniix V11 Air drone that I did a video on a while back. I'll drop a link for that in here as well. But that's where I got a lot of the drone footage from, is from that drone right there. And it was a good competition. I look forward to doing it again. We had a great time. Food turned out great. Everybody in the competition was wonderful. I had some delicious food. It was a good time. So if you have any questions, drop them down below. I got a lot of videos coming up. I'd love to see you guys in the next one. So thanks for sticking around.
Okay, let's go.